Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to do something a little bit different. I want to do a product review. As you've seen, if you looked at my channel a little bit, I've been using the Fitbit products for quite a while. I like them very much. I would say especially the software side. I really like the app. I find it very clear. There's a lot of information in there. It also links with the other software, the other app that I use, which is Lose It, to calculate my calories. And they sync together real good. So it's a product I really like. I've been using the Charge 2 for quite a while now, but it's getting a little bit tired, I would say. Especially the Fitbit products, I like them a lot. Like I said, especially our software side, but hardware side needs a lot of, not a lot, but a little bit of work still, in my opinion. So maybe I can show you my Charge 2. I've had, well, I don't think it was called Charge 1 before. I think it was called just HR, Charge HR before. That one, if I remember correctly, it's a long time ago. I believe the strap was all one piece and you couldn't do anything with it, and it just came undone. So that one was pretty disappointing, but I think it was the first one like that. The sensors on it and stuff like that worked pretty good. It's just that it came undone and what the build wasn't super solid. Then I have my Charge 2, which is this one. I don't know if you can see properly. Works pretty good, but again, on the hardware side, I don't know if you can see on the camera, it's getting undone here, and even here doesn't fit quite well anymore. You can get those changed, but even then, you can snap them off. The way it's done, I don't know if you can see, it's a little bit flimsy. So that needed a little bit of work as well. It doesn't snap quite perfect anymore. I need to replace the bands, but that I could do. And also I gotta say about the company, from what I saw on Facebook, on their Facebook page, they've addressed concerns from people about wristbands, and they asked them to contact them, and I think they got them, some people got them replaced by Fitbit. So thumbs up to them for that, if they did it. It seemed like they did. But the actual problem with me with this one is not really the wristband, is the sensor. For some reason, when I check my heart rate, which is most important for me on it these days, a lot of times when I look up at it, it doesn't show my heart rate, doesn't detect it, and I don't think I'm heartless, so I'm pretty sad about that Fitbit. So yeah, no, I'm just kidding, but I need something that works more often, so you know, that works perfect for me, because since I train a lot, I want my numbers to be accurate, and I'm not a patient guy, so it kind of bugged me. But now what I want to review, I got the new one, which is this one, which is the Charge 3. The first thing I can say, and I've seen this from other reviewers, it's a lot lighter. That's a huge difference. It's really light compared to the Charge 2. It feels almost like half the weight. I should weigh him. I have a food scale, pretty precise. That would be funny. But it feels a lot lighter and it feels a lot thinner. I don't know if you can see that much, but I think it's mostly the sensor that protrudes less on the bottom. So quite a big difference there, but all around, I think the wristband is thinner as well, so feels a lot lighter. The other thing, and I'm not sure if it's gonna turn on. Here we go. The screen is about 40% bigger than the Charge 2, and so that's great. I think it's a lot brighter, it gets more resolution, and that's great for my old eyes. And the watch faces, you got a lot more options now on the screen. The other difference as well is that it's actually now a real touchscreen. The other one before, the Charge 2, it could detect a little bit, but it was just tapping. So this one you can still tap, but it's a touchscreen. So if you want to go into your exercises, you can just, I think it's, you swipe left, let's see, and you choose your exercise. There we go. So elliptical, I would click that, and you tell it to start, and start. And that's it, you get your tracking starting, and it's that easy. And I guess you press the button to stop it. So real touch screen, you swipe left or right. You get more notifications on this one from the one before, I believe. And you can set on the app on this one to get some how do you say, auto replies, in case maybe you're driving or you're busy, I don't know, swimming or something. And that brings me to my other point. This one is waterproof until up to 50 meters. The Charge 2 was just splash proof. And so I was always careful washing my hands and stuff like that. And try to move it up my arm. Don't have to bother that too much anymore. Just don't put a ton of soap on it. Probably not good. But swim proof. So now, probably coming into an activity this summer, swimming. And yeah, I have some other stuff I want to do, some kayaking, I would say canoe. So that's coming up. So big upgrade. I like it a lot. The connection to the actual watch from the wristband seems okay. It's getting better again. It's a little snap you get underneath. I can show you maybe with the light. You get a little button there. Just click it and move it up. Pull it out. And connection seems okay. We'll see with some time. Seems a little bit better. So I think they've been working on it, but we'll see. It seems to be click more precisely on it, more tight fit, so that's good. In the box comes another wristband. Just one part, shorter one, so you get for smaller wrists. I changed it to the bigger one for me. And you get an extra instruction manual if you need, and just like a quick setup on the box. It's all built in with the app. This is the actual box. It's pretty cool. And you get it has its dedicated charger. Which seems to work pretty great as well. So you get that in the box. And the great thing about this one, the battery life as well, it's very important. It lasts longer than the one previous, the Charge 2. Charge 2 could do, I think, 5 days approximately, and this one is supposed to do 7 days. So, and that was a huge thing for me, because I was contemplating changing brands, maybe going with an Apple Watch. They look really great. You can put a ton of apps and do more stuff with it. But I think you get like 24 hours battery. So, it's, I don't know, it's kind of silly to me, because you have to charge it either probably at work during, while you work. If not, you charge it at night, and if you want to track your sleep, which you can do with the Charge 3 as well, well, if you're charging it, if you're charging your Apple phone at Apple Watch while you're sleeping, well, you can track your sleep. So it's 24 hours, and seems very, very low to me. I understand it's a lot different watch. It's like a real smartwatch, and it does a lot of things, but still, it just wasn't for me. I don't know. 24-hour charge. It would be a nice watch just to get for like a gadget, you know, and you get a bonus from all the tracking and all that, but I prefer having a 7-day battery. For me is great. What I usually do is when in the morning or at night when I go take my shower, I just plug it in, and the 20 minutes when you're done, it's charged and you're done with it. So I think I already like it a lot. Like I said, the software I love already. It's, for me, it's really intuitive. There's only, I think, one thing that bugs me about the software is that it's hard to explain right now if I don't show a screen of it. But when you're done, when you like, if you want to see the previous day, what you did, the calories that you burned versus the calories that you ate, that you took in from the previous day. If you want to just look at what you did, the way it's set up and the way you're looking at it, it's a little bit weird because it's not showing you on the first screen. It's showing you your current day. Shadow's freaking out again. He's seeing a dog outside or people. So yeah, so that part of the app is look, Shadow. God, this dog. Why? I don't know. Yeah, so that part of the app is a little bit wonky, and I've told them I think on Facebook on a post, but all in all, it's a great app. And especially, like I said, it connects real good with Lose It to track my calories. The only thing is to do it now, and that's the Lose It fault. I can understand they want to get some money, so that's understandable. Is that to connect both together, both software, both apps, you need to have the paid version from Lose It, which it's an inscription. I think it's like 50-ish Canadian dollars a year. But you gotta remember, at first I was pissed off about it, and that's Lose It's fault. That doesn't have anything to do with Fitbit. I'm going off the rails now a little bit, but at first I was pissed off about it because you could do it for free before. But the thing you gotta remember is that when you start losing weight, the actual goal is to, honestly, the deepest part is to save your life. So is your life worth $50 a year to you? Yeah, more than that. So it's not that big of a deal, $50. For what it does and how it helps you, those two apps, for me, it's really, really a big game changer. I'm surprised that it doesn't get talked more about, because it's a huge difference. Because to count your calories without the apps, the app for Lose It, and to see or burn how many calories you burn without something like a Fitbit or a health tracker, it's really, really hard. You could say to yourself, well, I can look on a chart on the web. I did an hour of elliptical. An hour of elliptical is that many calories, but it can be an hour of elliptical. It can be 500 calories for somebody that's really in shape, and it can be 2,000 calories for somebody that's really not in shape. So it would be a real pain to track your stuff without these technologies. So Shadow, I'll have to take him out after this. So yeah, to me those apps and the watch, the hardware, is a huge game changer. It changed my life, honestly. For me, it's the best way to go. You count your calories with Lose It, really easy, and you look at your calories that you burn with the Fitbit. I think it's a great match, and it works great for me. I'm almost at 100 pounds lost in about 7-ish months, so pretty good. So again, Fitbit Charge 3, very happy about it. I would like the software is the same anyway. The software I would rate it 9 out of 10. I really love it. Hardware, the Charge 2, Charge 1, I would have gave it maybe, I don't know, 5 or 6 out of 10 because it really got all undone. It was terrible, honestly. Charge 2, I would say probably 7 out of 10. Works pretty good. It's not too heavy still, and the wristband is not too bad, and especially their like I said, I'm pretty sure I saw that they helped some people with that to replace them. So probably a 7 out of 10 hardware side, and the battery was pretty good, in like pretty much 5 days, solid 5 days. And the Charge 3, we'll see how it does, but right now, just for what I'm seeing with it, how light it is, you can go swim with it. That's huge. People have been waiting for that forever. The brighter screen, more resolution, a little bit bigger. So currently, I can update you on that, but currently I can say probably I would go 8 out of 10 solid. We'll see how the wristband, that's usually the big problem for me. The wristbands come undone and they get loose, but I'll update you on that in a few months, and we'll see how it goes. But right now, pretty happy with the buy. So check it out. If it's for you, you can compare with other products as well. It's all on the net. So that's it for that today, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye. Hey guys, it's been about 2 weeks or so that I've bought the Fitbit, and I wanted to get back to you about it, about the things I like, that I found out I like, some things I like a little bit less. The first thing I must say that I absolutely love is the battery lifespan. It's insane. They're saying 7 days, but geez, it feels like I forget it all week, and I go to charge it, I'm like, holy crap, I gotta charge this. And I look at the battery when I plug it in, and it's at 70% left. So I'd be curious to really try out not charging it at all, and see how long it lasts, because it's easily 7 days. So that part I love. The other side of that coin is that the screen brightness is not bright enough for outside. So, you know, it's counterintuitive to the battery life for sure, but it would be nice to get a little bit of an in-between. I'd be happy to get 5 days, but a lot brighter, because outside in full sun, it's really not bright at all. You have a few settings for it, but it's either normal, which is the brightest, dim, which you can't see anything at all, and automatic, so it's probably has a light sensor to adjust it between normal and dim. So I'll keep it at normal, but it's really not strong when you're outside in the full sunlight. But I can understand with the battery, but it is what it is. So yeah, the clock face during the day, it's a little bit it's not bright enough, but still, like I said, the battery life compensates for that. It's just crazy, 7 days at least. The other stuff that I noticed, I can take it off and show you a little bit, versus the Charge 2. It is in fact quite lighter for sure. I talked to that about that before. It's thinner a little bit, but I gotta say, I was saying when I started the video, I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago, the hardware side I wasn't sure, because I think the first ones was called HR, Charge HR, something like that. I had the Charge 2 and now the 3. Like I said, the first one came undone completely. The second one, I had a lot of problems with the bands at the junction point, like I showed. And after a few weeks, I can say that this one I'm not sure about. I can tell you it came undone. I think, which side? This side, I believe. I think it came undone at least 3 to 4 times. At first I was thinking that I hadn't clicked it properly when I changed it for the longer one, although it's this side, I'm not even sure anymore. Anyway, but I wasn't sure if it was clicked properly, so last time I reinstalled it, I pushed it a little bit harder and it hasn't come undone. So we'll see about that, but I really do suspect that this connection is not going to last. With a little bit of wear and tear and pulling on it, I am sure it's going to come loose and start pulling out by itself. So that's a problem again. I wish they would use a little bit higher quality plastic or something. Other than that, the big thing that I've seen on their forums, and I can understand why, is, can I get it? The clock face. I used this one. It shows the time and your heartbeat, your heart rate. And for me, that's really what I need. Especially, I would suggest for people losing weight, it's probably the most important stat, your heart rate, because that's how you can gauge the different stuff you do. Like for me, if I go to the gym and I do some elliptical, and I do the same exercise from the beginning of my weight loss and to here, let's say I do half an hour at the same speed. At the beginning, my heart rate was probably 150, 160 with an X amount of effort. And now, if I do the same amount of effort, my heartbeat is probably 120. So that means you're getting really healthier. Your heart is working less hard to do the same exercise. So it's a really, real good way to gauge your health and your fitness level. So that's important. That's why I use the clock face. But from comparing from the Charge 2, the clock face is not as clear as the other one. The other one was a little bit bigger, the heart rate. So there's different ones, but they're all kind of iffy. And the major thing is, it's from the way it's set up, it's pretty clear that they could have it open to everybody so you could make your own clock face. But they haven't done that, and I've seen people write to them about it on the forums, and they say they're gonna work on it and see if people ask for it. They may change that, and that would be a great thing to, in my opinion, because I would probably add some more stuff if there's room. I'd put the clock a little bit bigger, the heart rate bigger, and maybe another stat. Not sure which one. Probably the amount of steps. Maybe there's all kinds of stats that you can show. So that would be a good one. But definitely it would be nice for of them to do that. So yeah, I think that's about it for my update on that review. All in all, I'm pretty happy about it. Like I said, I'm a little bit iffy about the connection. That's my biggest pet peeve, I would say. I'm a little bit scared because if it disconnects and I don't notice it and it falls off and I lose it, it's kind of expensive to replace for me. So but other than that, I like it a lot. I like it more than the Charge 2, especially it's, like I said, it's more sleek, it's lighter, and especially the battery is incredible. Like I said, it's easily 7 days. So all in all, I'd stick with, I think I gave it an 8 at the beginning of the video. I'd stick with that, even though the bracelet, not sure about that. If it starts breaking loose, you go down to a 7 out of 10, I guess. But yeah, I highly recommend it for people who are trying to lose weight for me, it's a really a game changer. The Fitbit with the other app, Lose It, for to count the calories. You use both of them together, and you can't, unless you're cheating yourself, which is pretty silly, honestly. You can't go wrong. You get X amount of calories per day you can eat, and it subtracts how many you burn, gives you more calories. So you can't go wrong. It's really impossible. So there's some, some variances. Like for me this week, like I said, I took like 4 or 5 pounds. But I'm looking at what I did for exercises this week. Like I said, I would be silly to cheat myself. I'm trying to be honest here. I know I worked out pretty good. I walked a lot, did some biking, so I'm pretty sure it's water retention, a good part of it. Like I said, I cheated on Friday because it was my birthday, but it wasn't like crazy. I ate a lot, but I did exercise a lot, so I went overboard, maybe like 1,000 calories over. It's not the end of the world. It's not the equivalent of 4 or 5 pounds. So I highly recommend it to lose weight. And not the brand itself. Honestly, they don't pay me with as small as my channel is. But there are other brands, of course. You got your Apple Watch, which is great. But like I said before, battery life is 24 hours. Not for me. And there's plenty. There's Garmin's, there's some Androids. There's quite a lot of it. You can look it up on Google. It's pretty easy, and find the one you like and use it, and you'll see that the weight will start coming down. So anyway, that's my final word on that. I hope you enjoyed it. That's my little review for the Fitbit Charge 3, and I'll start using it more. Upcoming videos for that, as you'll see this summer, should be great. And if you enjoy it, please subscribe to the channel, and you can now follow me as well on Instagram. I'm trying to post pictures of the activities I do, so it's more inspirational. I try to show a lot of places around Montreal when I take a walk with the dog, or just by myself, or when I go places. So trying to put some nice pictures on there. So I hope you enjoy it. So I'll see you next time. Bye bye.